What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and this is definitely a spicy topic. It's a topic that we know will get that yellow mark on YouTube, and it's one that it's dangerous, quite frankly, to cover because having an opinion on this type of thing is good enough to get someone canceled. And that's okay, though. I'm going to cover it because I have all of you who back me otherwise in other manners. And I'm a strong supporter of the First Amendment. And I don't think just because people might be nervous about something, it shouldn't be covered. And thankfully, I have a sponsor for this video that agrees. This video is sponsored by Superfans. Now, you know I'm a huge First Amendment supporter and a supporter of new technology. And for once, I actually get to do an ad for both. Now, we know the First Amendment has been under attack by big tech, and it's only going to get worse. Cancel culture is in full swing, and many creators, including myself, are under constant threat of deplatforming and demonetization. Superfans is a new platform that supports public and civil discourse. Think of Superfans as a fusion of Patreon, Cameo, Subscribestar, and Instagram, minus all of the judgment. All of my feeds, like YouTube, all sync directly into Superfans. They even have a special agreement with creators like myself, so I have full ownership of my fans and followers, arguably the first platform to ever do that. Head on over to superfans.co/thequartering. Check out my content there, including some of my early original videos. Let me know what you think. Let me know how the site can be improved, and look for other creators that you want to support on Superfans. So let your fellow content creators know there's a new platform that also supports and strongly backs the First Amendment, and it's a great way to back your favorite creators. I even have my own page there now. So an article came out, 846. BLM title launches on Steam in a move that appears to profit from violence. Now, I don't know if that's the case. That seems kind of like an inflammatory title. We'll get into that. On July 20th, 2020, a small title popped up on Steam that mostly went unnoticed called Black Lives Matter. From a developer going by the moniker Social Justice Rogue, the $1 game offers impressively little. It's a countdown timer that begins at 8:46 and counts down to 0, at which point it closes the application. You could set up a kitchen timer for 8 minutes and 46 seconds and watch that go off instead of offering $1 towards the developer, but that's immaterial. By the way, this article on happygamer.com. The 8:46 timer, of course, we know everything surrounding what 8 minutes and 46 seconds stands for, of course. You see Sput here, the BLM game is just a 10-minute countdown and then closes as soon as the counter counts down to 0. What a terrible message. Instead, the entire project comes off as a farce and is attempting to profit from those who are fighting and risking everything for a systemic shift away from what's going on, for asking for police reform, as the United States appears to be shifting away from its citizen-led democracy into a modern-era oligarchy at best, if not a rampant dictatorship propped up by a few supremely wealthy individuals. So it would appear that this could be a hilarious backfire. Maybe this person put the game up to support, but now you are getting roasted. That said, the game is $1. Okay, how much profit are you really making? I guess after Steam's cut and everything, you might make a quarter, 30 cents per copy. I suppose if for some reason it went viral and 1 million people paid $1 for it, there's that. But the only way that would happen is if the developer probably came out and said, hey, I'm donating the money. You know what I mean? Like, that's such a weird thing. This is the problem with the title, and it shows a complete lack of understanding and comprehension of not only how to encourage and begin discussion about policing and systemic racism, but also how to pose a collective movement in the manner that doesn't taste like being ripped off. Yeah, I was in Wisconsin Dells a couple weeks ago, and I saw stores selling George Floyd T-shirts for like $25, and I was like, capitalism. Anyway, precisely who the title comes from is equally difficult to discern, as the name of social justice rogue is relatively uniformly used across the internet by individuals that believe they are fighting for social justice in whatever manner they choose. The discussions are filled with multiple users asking if all proceeds stemming from the title are going towards funds set up for the civil movement. With no responses as of yet, multiple people are stating that the developer has stated as such, yet are unable to provide any evidence of the developer's social media existence. Others state that the developer is a Russian who's attempting to use the movement to pad their pockets. It's impossible to say who is correct, as there doesn't seem to be anyone readily claiming ownership of the title. Other Steam users have taken to discussion forums of the title to discuss more interesting aspects of the civil rights movement, leading to multiple users being banned in conversations for various spicy comments that betray a meager education and an unfortunately limited understanding. It is interesting to note, however, that Valve did not block this alleged cash grab from entering Steam platform when they proved impeccable at removing Hong Kong developers crafting titles that portrayed the Chinese behavior, as they similarly struggled to shirk the oppressive police state that China is smothering Hong Kong with. That's actually a really good point. I didn't know that they did that. Now, if you ask me, and look, okay, let me be very clear. Games should exist. If you want to buy it. Cool. All right. I would imagine that if you were donating the proceeds, that would have been not a bad thing to do. You have other issues. Where's this one? Developers remove games from Steam over Valve's BLM silence. I mean, so you have developers saying they came forward in an announcement from Art School's Julian Glander, who said he was pulling his games from Steam. He shared on Twitter that he doesn't see himself publishing on Valve's platform ever again. Over the past few weeks, Steam and Valve have chosen not to address the BLM movement, failing to even make a broad and generic statement about racial justice. Glander said in a message he sent to Valve alongside his request to remove his games from the store. It's clearer than ever that owners of this platform feel beholden to the base of angry white male gamers. Is it? Is it? A more cynical person would just assume that who's this Julian Glander might just be looking for a bunch of cheap likes and retweets on Twitter. A more cynical person, I can't prove this, but what I thought when I saw this game on Steam, I thought it was a honeypot, and I still don't know that it isn't. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean that it's a spot to catch gamers saying bad things so that, game journals can write articles about angry white male gamers. That's what it looks like. This person only has one title on Steam in which it is mostly negatively reviewed. A game we need but don't deserve. Remember when GF, most of these comments are very, very spicy. Very spicy. You see a lot of inconvenient truths. You see some meme. Quest design needs some improvement, and the leveling system was hard to understand. Despite the tutorial level, I think more could have been done with the dragon hunting quest line, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. The martial classes need some balancing. The magic classes simply need better abilities and equipment at higher levels. After 8 minutes, they established Chaz outside my home, and the Razzmatazz threatened me with an AR. And now you're getting some very spicy comments here. It's disgusting game that isn't even a game, just a counter that counts on the total time. Again, I think that this is a honeypot. That's what I think. Or, is it a crazy Russian? I don't know. Why wouldn't they charge more money for it? If it was a cash grab, you think that they would charge money. And you see Steam users permabanning from community service for mocking the game. Valve allowed the controversial troll game. I don't know that it's a troll game. I don't. Nobody knows. They allowed it, and with hours it had collected a large number of reviews mocking both the movement and the invalids who support it. Well, that's their opinion. Valve didn't take kindly to that. Various users who left negative reviews mocking the very obvious propaganda found their accounts permanently banned from community services. Again, do I think the game should exist? Sure, fine. I mean, I'm not interested in buying it. But it starts a conversation. You could have said that. But then again, if you allow this stuff, this is the thing. I want Steam to allow this. All right? But I also want them to allow people to speak their minds about it. Right? You can't just put a game out there that is clearly charged and very, especially at the time, somebody approved this game. All right? Somebody approved this game. They knew what it was. So now you can't go banning people for backlash. It's ridiculous. If you allow the game, then you should allow the comments from users on the platform. However uncomfortable they might make you, I just don't support putting this honeypot out there and then punishing people for getting stuck in it. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.